I cannot believe that when I'm filming this it's already the 7th of January. Because I was so sure I was going to get to like the 1st of January and be like, wow, I've already read 10 books, this is amazing. I finished one. So, you know, maybe 2018 isn't quite the new leaf I was hoping for. Hi guys, my name is Kirsty and welcome to Upside Down Books. Today we are going to be discussing an extraordinarily exciting thing of a read-a-thon. Now this is a read-a-thon that I have created and I am like up here with excitement for it. And I cannot wait. So let's just start right in with the details. So this read-a-thon is called the Jumpstart January Read-a-thon and will be running from the 8th to the 14th of January, so it is a week-long read-a-thon. It is something that I have created by myself and something that I am currently running entirely by myself as well, and there will be a giveaway competition throughout the week as well. So I think those are the pretty basic details. I just have to let it all out. I have been planning this for about a week, so it's a little late in the sort of development stage, I suppose you could say, and I'm also very late filming a little bit of a TBR and announcement for you. It's been up on my blog probably for a week now, or maybe a few days, I can't remember. So I was on top of it on my blog, just not quite here. This read-a-thon was inspired by my yearly goals. So I recently made goals for 2018, which you may or may not have watched. And in those goals, I am planning to do one read-a-thon per month. I am such a read-a-thon addict and I love them, but I find that I sit around waiting and waiting for a read-a-thon I want, and there's never, well not never, but there's often not a read-a-thon that suits me at the time, or they're just not the themed ones I want. So I know that currently in January there are a few going on and there's a few 24-hour read-a-thons. Those seem to be all the craze at the moment. So I thought, you know what? Gonna make my own read-a-thon. So here we are, Jumpstart January Read-a-thon is a read-a-thon inspired with the idea of helping you get a head start on your TBR count. So if you're like me and you have an extraordinary number of books to read but not enough motivation to read them, this is what this read-a-thon is for. The basic aims of this read-a-thon is to read way more books than you usually do and to have a lot of fun. So we're going to be picking books that you know have low page counts or are super easy to read books. So the example I keep using is the Kira Cass selection books. Those books, whether you like them or not, are easy to read. Or, you know, Mr. Men books, I don't really care, Tintin, Asterix and Obelix, any graphic novels, magazines, I don't care. I just think that this week we could all sit down and go, you know what, here are some books I've always wanted to read, here are books on my TBR, here are books that aren't on my TBR, but we're going to get reading. So there's no limits or goal of number of books to aim for, but just to try and read quite a lot. So for my TBR, I have 6 books I'm going to try and get to, but like more realistically, I'm just going to try and get around to 4, maybe 5, with a couple spare to swap in and out. In addition to this, one of my kind of goals for the year that I'm incorporating into this is that I'm only going to read books I'm enjoying. I don't want to read any 1- or 2-star reads. I want to pick that out at about page 50 of those books and go, nope, let's put them aside, these aren't working. So that's why I've picked more books. So I've made a bigger TBR for this readathon, and I hope you guys do the same, so that if you're not flying through a book, because we're doing a fast pace here, we're just going to put it down. All of my books will be part of a series or helping me work towards finishing a series because, again, I'm trying to tick off my yearly goals. That's one of the big umbrella things I kind of wanted this to also tick off is if you set yourself annual goals, I'd really like you to use this week where we're getting this TBR up to also start picking away at that. Now back to the giveaway, important details there. I will be doing a giveaway because I'm in an incredibly good mood this week and I'm going to be giving away my favourite book. If you know, you probably do if you've been here, Tiger's Curse by Colleen Houck is my favourite book in the whole wide world and universe and galaxy and everything. I love this series. So in celebration of my love of reading, of my love of this series, of the fact that she has maybe 2 books coming out this year or next year or whenever it's going to be, of the fact that I've just got my hands on a copy of Reunited, which is the 3rd book in the Reawakened trilogy, blah 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 blah. The point is I'm giving you a book. So if you guys are interested in reading Tiger's Curse by Colleen Houck, if you're like other people who've had it on your TBR for ages but haven't got your hands on a copy of it, come and join in with this readathon, and if you do the readathon and you complete the challenges that I'm going to set for the giveaway, then you'll be eligible to receive a copy. Now let's move on to my TBR. Alrighty, so I have, as I said, selected 6 books for this readathon and I'm really excited for all of them. So the plan, and this is in order of which I'm planning on reading them, is to start the week off with the one by Kira Cass. This is the 3rd book in the selection series and these books do not take me long to read at all. This is probably maybe a day that this is going to take up. I have been been meaning to finish this part of this series, as this is like part 1 and then there's another trilogy that links together, for ages, but I never sit down and read them for whatever reason. So this will be finishing off the series in a way, and it will be a nice, quick, easy read. So I just know that if I pick this book for the readathon, I will definitely get it read. It'll put me in good spirits because it's so fluffy and light and just meh for the reading that I will enjoy the ridiculous bachelorette style drama of this story, so that should be a good start to the week for me. The second book that I have on the list is The Reptile Room by Lemony Snicket. I recently acquired the second book from one of my favourite secondhand bookstores. I read the first one at the start, like this time last year. I think it was my first book for 2017. It took me only a few hours to read. These are very simple children's books with really large font in them. So I'm really excited to like get the ball rolling with this one and get it read. This will again not even take a day, so it should be a really quick start to the week as I just sort of power through these lower page count books and the lighter content. I'm then planning to turn it up a notch and move on to Seeing Red by Frank Bedore. This is the second book in the Looking Glass Wars series, which I absolutely adore. The first book is called The Looking Glass Wars, and it's an Alice in Wonderland retelling with quite a great fantastical twist on it. I mean, Alice in Wonderland is already pretty lucid in its fantastical elements, but this series is really quite good. Now the next book on my TBR is one I was unsure of as to whether to put on there, because that is A Million Worlds with You by Claudia Gray. Now this is the third book in the Firebird trilogy. This book is actually slightly longer. I think it's probably about 400. It's 408 pages. It's young adult, and I wouldn't necessarily easily categorize this into the easy to read light content section, but I really like this series and I love what they do. So what I'm going to do with this one is try and plow my way through the first 50 pages, and if I get to 50 super quickly, or if I'm super enjoying it, I'll keep going with it and try and finish it off. But if I get to 50 pages and I'm kind of slogging through it and it's not working, I will put this one down and pick up the 5th book on my TBR. That means that the 5th book on my TBR and my first backup book is Hollow City by Ransom Riggs. This won't take long to read at all. Now these ones are creepy, because they are Ransom Riggs and it is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, so I know that one downside to this book is I will not be able to read these before I go to bed. So depending on how busy I am, and at the moment not very busy at all, that should be fine, but if I'm leaving all my reading till the last minute, this book isn't going to get read because I will get too scared. However, this is the second book in the Miss Peregrine's series, if you're not aware of that, and it's really not very long and they do read quite easily, so I think it's a good choice for a backup, and I've been trying for so many months to get this book onto my TBR to start finishing it off and getting towards the end of the series. Now the last book I have picked, I don't think I will get to, but that book is Holt's Peril by John Flanagan. This is the 9th book in the Ranger's Apprentice series, and my like really specific goal for this year, because I like to have one series I'm really working towards each year, is to finish off Ranger's Apprentice. I need to finish the series off. I've literally been reading this for probably like 5 or 6 years now, something stupid like that, and I love it. Now Ranger's Apprentice I find sometimes hard to get into because I can't bloody remember what the hell happened in the previous book, but once you get going, I mean, these are children's middle grade fiction that's action. This is a great pick for this readathon, I think. But because I've got 5 books ready to go here, depending on how quickly I start my week off, really depends whether this one will even be considered or not. However, it is there as a second backup in case 2 books fail me. Now I have been brainstorming, in addition to those 6 books, just in case I get through them or just in case I need to put more down, I have recently purchased quite a lot of graphic novels. So my other sort of fill-in is I will probably be listening to my audiobook throughout the week, which is The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, which I'm about to finish, so that might well be The Handmaid's Tale by tomorrow, but we'll see. But I also have the graphic novels I could dip into. So I'm hoping that next week, from the Monday to the Sunday, I'm actually going to get a butt ton of reading done. These books are ones I want to read, and I feel like these are books that I have on my TBR and never pick because I know I'm going to enjoy them and I know I'm waiting. It's almost like I'm saving them to savor them when I get around to reading them, but I'm biting the bullet and we're finally going to pick up the books that I really want to read. Now, I don't think I've said it, but I will be vlogging the entire week. I love doing vlogs throughout the week, and I have done for previous readathons such as Booktubeathon and the Alphabathon. So I will be definitely vlogging this one and keeping you guys with day-to-day updates so you can keep live time updates with how things are going. So make sure you go and follow me on Twitter on the account. You can either follow me at OzBooksnail, or you can go along to the actual account for the readathon, which is this one right here. So just type in that handle over on Twitter to go and follow. I will try and do as many sprints as I can and updates as I can, and I just can't wait. So that is my announcement and TBR for the Jumpstart January readathon. I can't wait to see you guys all participating. Make sure that you come and join in and have some fun with me, and let's get that TBR count down from the get-go. And if you are reading along with me, make sure that you go and enter the giveaway to get yourself in the running to win a copy of Tiger's Curse by Colleen Houck, because I am so excited about that. But other than that, I will be seeing you in my next video. Goodbye!